New York Giants pass rush, we're back. Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. Today's episode is the next installment in the series, Who Makes the 53? And in this video, we're going to talk about the edge room, pass rushers, edge rush, whatever you want to call these guys. We hunting quarterbacks this year, for sure. So without any further ado, I'm jumping right into this video, and we're going to talk about these outside linebackers. Now first, I would be crazy if I didn't mention our number one pick, Mr. Kayvon Thibodeaux, out of the University of Oregon. This guy is a superstar in the making. In his head, he's already a superstar. To the media, he is a superstar. And if he can match what he does off the field with what he can do on the field, the New York Giants have a superstar on the team, especially on the defensive side of the ball, something we have been missing for a while now. Now, we have some good players on defense. We have some leaders on defense, but nothing of the caliber of stardom that Kayvon Thibodeaux is. Now, Aziz Ojulari, to me, he's the quiet man. The show me on the field type of guy. But right now, we have a guy in Kayvon Thibodeaux that could elevate this team to the next level, get us back to where we used to be as far as hunting these quarterbacks. So Kayvon Thibodeaux, like I said, everybody knows him, out of the University of Oregon. At one point in time, he was the number one player in the draft. We happened to pick him up at 5. A lot of people slept, a lot of murmurs about his motor and things like that. I don't care. We got him here in New York. That's all that matters. And this guy is a dog. He is a player. He is a pass rusher, and he makes plays. And that's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me. And hopefully in this defensive scheme from Wink Martindale, which he seems to be happy with so far, I think he can grow and be exactly who he was in college and even more, going into this season and working with the Giants. So I can't wait to see this guy out of that red jersey and in training camp making plays, preseason, whatever they got to do to get this man on the field. Get healthy, sir. Take care of that hip, and see you on Sundays. So that's Kayvon Thibodeaux. The next guy I want to talk about, no surprise, is going to be Aziz Ojulari. And because I had all this enthusiasm over Kayvon Thibodeaux, don't let it be mixed up or confused. I am just as excited about Aziz Ojulari because what he did last year. And he showed us even on a bad team that he can get to the quarterback. He had 8 sacks last year. He could have had more, but the way we played defense, it was a little bit off. So they dropped him a couple times. Also, he started a little not slow, but his snap counts were a little bit low. But you saw early on that this guy can get to the quarterback. I mean, he had a sack his first game. So for Aziz Ojulari, the guy went into this off season. He put on 10 pounds of muscle. He looks like the Incredible Hulk when you see him. Hopefully they don't drug test him randomly, but like they do Myles Garrett. But the guy is looking phenomenal. In OTAs, he's looking unblockable. And for us as a defense, I'm just super excited to have Kayvon Thibodeaux on one side and Aziz Ojulari on the other side. And who knows what Wink Martindale might do. He might line them up on a play where they're both on the same side. And I feel sorry for whoever that offensive line is at the time. Now, Aziz, again, last year he had 8 sacks. He had 50 tackles. And that's good for, an edge rusher. He's good in run defense as well. And you can see it in his play. He's very aggressive, violent with his hands, but also has the finesse to make these moves and get to the quarterback. So you combine him with Kayvon Thibodeaux, and you have a good duo, on the edges. Moving on to the third guy, I think makes the 53. And for most, or I hope for most of you guys, is not a surprise, is Mr. Quincy Roche. Now, Quincy Roche was drafted in the 6th round by the Pittsburgh Steelers. He had a good preseason. But that edge room was crowded for Pittsburgh, and what they did was try to sneak him on the 53. I'm sorry, they tried to sneak him on the practice squad, and guess what? Giants swooped in, grabbed him, and we haven't looked back. And I think that Quincy Roche was a steal. The way we got him was a steal, and you saw the play on the field. And Nick Filato just put out some clips on Twitter. I'm not sure if they're also on YouTube, but he put out some tweets about some highlights from Quincy Roche, and you can see that the man is a player. Another guy that's good in pass rush, but also great in run defense, and he shows his technique in those plays. So I advise you guys to go check out Nick Filato. Like, again, this is on Twitter. I'm not sure if he put it up on YouTube. If he did, I'll put that in the description below. But Quincy Roche is definitely going to be a big piece in this rotation, and I think that it's very good that we have him. So with Wink Martindale, the way he wants to run these guys to keep that good rotation, to keep fresh legs in, Quincy Roche will play a vital role in that defense of Wink Martindale. Now, when we get to the fourth spot, that's when you start looking at these guys like, okay, could it be this guy? Could it be that guy? Right now, you hear names like Ellerson Smith. You have O'Shane Zimenez. You have Nico Lalos, and the undrafted free agent Timon Fox. Now, to me, right now I'm leaning towards Ellerson Smith, and this is why. The guy is young. He didn't really get a chance to play on the field last year due to some injuries. But if you look at his tape, and then you look at just his measurables, we might have a guy there too, man. The guy's 6'5", I think 6'4". He just gained about 15 pounds of muscle this offseason, so he looks phenomenal. He looks like he's in shape. He looks like he's healthy, and with that type of length, it's going to be hard for these offensive linemen to handle a guy with that kind of length, especially the arm reach and things like that. And he's also fast, speed. So I'm super excited to see what he does in training camp in this battle with O'Shane Zimenez. I actually think he can beat out O'Shane Zimenez. For me, O'Shane Zimenez is a time thing. It took a while for him to get on the field last year. Actually, he was in a lot of games, he was a healthy scratch, and that's not a good look. Of course, this year with training camp, hopefully he has a fresh slate, and he can get in there and prove his worth. But to me, it's like too little too late, but anything can happen. But right now I'm leaning towards Ellerson Smith in that fourth spot. Now, another guy I wanted to talk about is Jihad Ward, and to me, Jihad Ward, I thought, was more of a defensive lineman than an edge guy. The guy's 290 pounds, right? But he does show the ability to rush off the edge. But to me, I'm just thinking about this room, and you already have guys. You got Kayvon, Aziz, Roche, possibly Ellerson Smith, and then you have Jihad Ward, which he doesn't fit that size and that frame of that outside linebacker. And like I said, again, to me, he fits more of an end. And with the move of Dexter Lawrence moving to nose, I thought Jihad Ward would naturally just move into that DN spot because of his size, but he also has that speed on edge. But we'll see what happens in training camp. I actually sent out a message to Jihad Ward to see if he what position they had him playing at. Didn't get a response back. Didn't expect to. But to me, that's what I think he should play. But I'm just a fan. I'm not a coach. But again, the guys that are lower on the end, we have Nico Lalos, and we have Timon Fox, the undrafted free agent. Now, Timon Fox has some great tape at UNC. Another guy from UNC that we picked up. If you look at his tape against NC State, against Icky, Aquano, he did pretty well against Aquano. Aquano had some fits with him, and he shows strength, speed to power, and he has a lot of technique. It could be that the guy's 24 years old already. But again, Timon Fox, undrafted free agent, is a dark horse for me. And hopefully, if he doesn't make the 53, we're able to sneak him onto the practice squad. But we'll see if that's possible. So that's my wrap up, though, for the edge room. Again, number 1, we have Kayvon Thibodeaux. We have number 2, Aziz Ojulari. Quincy Roche in the 3rd spot. And then for me right now, I'm leaning towards Ellerson Smith as a outside linebacker. So again, I want to thank you guys for vibing with me. Always, if you agree, let me hear it in the comments below. If you disagree or you have some names that you think will make the 53, please put that in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.